Welcome one and all. Are we all okay? Can you all see each other's webcams as well? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. So today's. I'm just going to wait for the last few people to kind of join us, and we shall get started shortly. The idea of today's webinar is basically to give you guys a little bit more information about what you can do in the run up to Christmas with regards to Strelitzia. So today we're looking. Can you guys see my screen here with the order and the makeup and order screen here? So you can see what's going on my screen. Excellent, good stuff. So on here is your familiar makeup and order screen. We're going to look at creating categories and subcategories and products within those subcategories that will make your order processing a lot more fluid and a lot easier to report on for next year's Christmas period. So if you want to know how many Christmas wreaths you sold, or if you want to know what you sold over the Christmas period and what products sold best over the Christmas period, having categories and subcategories will really give you a more accurate report, so you'll know what your hot sellers were, what was popular, what didn't sell so well. You know, our garlands not in season anymore, etc., etc. So we'll start with that. The people who are down as administrators will have access to all areas within Strelitzia. So make sure whoever's making these amendments is logged in as administrator and they have the permissions to use the products and the categories listings here. So assuming that person is logged in, we go over here to our shop settings, and we've got two products and categories fields here. We've got one for EPOS and one for order taking. We're just going to concentrate on the order taking for today. The EPOS we'll cover another time, or if you have any queries about EPOS specifically, you can give us a call on the helpline number and we'll go through it. But we're just going to concentrate on these two here. So we're going to start with our order categories first. So your product needs to have a category to belong to. And you'll know this through your normal order taking, but how to create a category, not everybody knows how to do this. So we're going to click on order categories, and we have a list of all our categories here. Okay, we can put it into alphabetical order if you wish. Okay, and you can click on the all button down below, and you can see all your categories here. All right, you can see here straight up we've already got a Christmas category. Okay, but on this occasion I'm going to create another category called Christmas wreath making, for example, if you do a wreath making course. All right. By the way, if I'm going too fast, please tell Matt in the chat and I'll slow down. Okay, so we got Christmas here. I'm going to create another category called Christmas wreath making. So add category down the bottom. And at the top, we're going to call it Christmas wreath making class, for example. Okay. Obviously, make sure that the category is active or it won't show up within your order taking. The section here we're going to put down as gift designs. Okay, so when you're taking an order, you've got an option of funeral or gift. So for it to appear on the gift side of it, you want to click on gift designs. Click into there. We don't need to put an image against it. This is for your use only, so we really don't need that, and we don't need to put an order like a sort of the order in which it appears, because again, it's for you guys. You'll know what you're looking for. We'll get to the parent design type in a minute. This is for our subcategories. Now, we're not going to assign a subcategory just yet. We're just going to stick with the main category route, okay? And what I mean by that is, if I click onto this image here, you can see here we're creating a category here, and we're going to put a product directly underneath that category. Okay, so the category is wreath making classes. The product will be called, class or workshop or whatever you want to call it. Later on, we'll look at a further category called Christmas design. So if you go out to houses and you decorate houses or offices for Christmas, be it Christmas trees, garlands, other bits and like table centerpieces, whatever, we can have a category here with subcategories for office work, homework, etc., and then the products underneath those: garlands, Christmas tree decorating, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this might apply to some of you. If it doesn't, sorry. If it does, great. Okay, so we're going to stick again. We're just going to stick here with the category and the product directly underneath the category. So the category is Christmas wreath making classes. Let's pop a capital W in there. Spelling is important. We don't need a description, and we're just going to click on save. So you can see here that our category at the top here is Christmas wreath making class. All right. Now we're going to create a product to go underneath that category. So we go back into our shop settings. We go back into order products, and we're going to add a new product. If you already have a product within your system called wreath making class or wreath making workshop, it'll tell you, it won't allow you to duplicate the products. Okay, so I'm going to put in here wreath making workshop. Design codes, all of this we don't need to worry about. What we do want to look at is the design locations. We want to make it available on Strelitzia. So we click onto the Strelitzia there and make sure that goes green, okay, for it to be available within your Strelitzia system. You can put a description there if you like to. Again, only you guys are going to see this, so you don't really need to as such. If you'd like to put an image in here just to make it look a little bit nicer for you guys, you can click you can actually browse for an image on your file, or if you've uploaded to your gallery within Strelitzia, you can choose any of the images within your gallery. Okay, if you don't have a gallery on your Strelitzia, give us a shout and we can show you how to create that. It's fairly straightforward. So for example, on here, I'm just going to click on a wreath. Where have we gone? There we go. Use that as my image, click on OK. And this is just a visual aid towards your wreath making class. You've got on here your price for the classes. I think the going rate at the moment is £50 for class. Between 40 and 50 seems to be the going rate, depending on your demographic. And it'll break down the tax there for you as well. This is the important bit here. So when we talk about occasions and categories and reporting, if you point it to the right occasion and the right category, your report will always be spot on. Okay, if you're the sort of florist that clicks on other or not applicable on every order, your report will never be accurate, and therefore you'll struggle to get precise figures on your reports. So under occasions, we're going to click on Christmas. And we've also got Christmas wreath making as well under occasions.
You can select as many as you want on there, can't you, Raj?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see here I've got obviously Christmas and then Christmas wreath making. So we've got two categories there within the order process, and I'll cover that later on when we go to process and order. You'll see that I've got two options there. So under Christmas wreath making, under the categories here, we've also got our Christmas and our Christmas wreath making class. All right, so this is the category that we've just created. And then once we've chosen those, we click on save. And that is now our product stored underneath our category, ready to place an order onto the system. So when a customer calls to book onto a Christmas wreath making class, you can process that. I'll get onto that in just a second. I want to have a look at creating a category with subcategories and products within those subcategories. Okay. So moving on to our shop settings, we're going to go back into our order categories. And this time around, I'm going to set it up so that you have a, sorry, bear with me a second, just waiting for it to catch up with me. I'm clearly working way too fast. Okay, so we're going to call this Christmas decorations. Or decorating service, shall we call it? Okay, so we got an idea what it is. Again, make sure it's active. Again, make sure it goes under gift designs. We don't need an image. We don't need to put it into any kind of order. This is going to be our master category. And then our services are going to come underneath the, we're going to choose this as our parent design type. So just bear in mind, I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see what I'm pointing at. I'm sorry. Right. Bear in mind, the category here is going to be called Christmas decorating services within the parent design type. And we'll come to that in a second. So click on save. And it's just saving in there. So then within this, underneath the service, we're going to put in something like tree decoration. We're going to put in garland install. I don't know if some of you do hotels. I know Flowers for Now Trust will go into a few hotels and they'll put in several Christmas trees, loads of garlands down sort of handrails, wreaths on doors within the hotel and stuff like that. So we're going to add a category, and I'm going to call this category tree decoration. I don't know if it's my bandwidth that's making this slow. Oh, it's duplicated. Brilliant. That's my impatience. Click on save. Okay, so we're going to call this tree decoration. And this is going to be a subcategory of the service itself. So under present parent type, we've got Christmas tree decorating service. And then click save. Okay, there we go. So you can see here under our Christmas tree service, we've got our tree decoration as a subcategory of that. I'm just going to delete these two because I don't want them showing up on the drop-down menu later on. Okay, so we're going to then now create a further category, and I'm going to call it a garland install. There we go, and garland installation. Active again, underneath here, we're going to gift designs, and again, the parent design type is going to be Christmas decorating service. And then click on save. So now we've got two subcategories underneath the category of the decorating service. So once that's done, we then need to create the product that goes. It sounds really convoluted. It's not as convoluted as we're going to create the product then to put underneath those subcategories. Okay, so go into shop settings.
And it's all just to make it easier when you're actually taking the order, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you can record as much information as you want.
Exactly. You're kind of putting the hard work in now so that when it comes to putting the order in, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more fluid to go through the processing system. So add a product, tree decoration. Okay, we're going to make it available on Strelitzia. I'm going to dispense with the image upload at the moment just because the bandwidth is because it's buffering. So we'll dispense with that. But you saw earlier on how we added it by clicking onto the image library and pulling an image in, or you can browse on your file system for the image itself. We'll put in there, say 150 quid for the tree decoration service. I don't know if that's even right or not. We don't need to put a label on it because this is only one price. If you were doing this by the hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, you could put in the hourly rate on here. But for this demonstration, we're just going to pick the one rate. And then underneath occasions, like we did before, we're going to put it in as Christmas. And then the categories, we're going to put it in as tree decoration, okay, which is the category we created earlier on. Okay, so when we go and pick on if we click on save, when we go and process the order, we're going to go to our Christmas tree service, our Christmas tree decoration, and the product tree decoration will be listed into that category. It'll all make sense in a minute when we go and process the order. So again, garland install, we're going to add a product, calling it garland install. We're going to make sure that that's available as Strelitzia. Garland install, say 40 quid. Again, under the occasions, we're going to click on Christmas. And under here, under the category, we've created our garland installation subcategory. Okay, and then we click on save. So now we've done all that kind of the background build-up work. I'm going to show you now how that manifests in processing an order in. Okay, so go into our new order. You'll all be familiar with this page. Under occasion, we're going to click on our Christmas. Okay, because we want to be able to report on this next year, so put it under the right occasion each time. Click on Christmas. We're going to search for our customer, RH, and that gives us rhododendron Hull. See what we did there. Under our previous delivery addresses, we shall have put on our office address here just for ease. Under our delivery notes, again, with all deliveries, you've got the option of telling the driver where to deliver stuff to. This could be a service. If it's a hotel you're going to deliver, it could be a service entry at the back of the hotel, rather than going through the main reception. So deliver to service area at rear, and that'll obviously come up on the driver's manifest to say where to deliver to. This customer notes here is more for when you've made a delivery. I don't need to go into that just yet. That's more for the app that we have. Our order reference numbers. For those of you that don't use this is a really handy way for when hotels give you a purchase order number, to put that purchase order number in here and who has placed the order and the telephone number. So Rhododendron Hall being the hotel, it might be the events team that have asked you to provide this service, and they've given you a purchase order just to make your accounts run a little bit smoother and your invoice gets paid faster.
And then those details do show on the invoice, don't they, when you create the invoice later?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you submit that to the accounts department, it just makes for a more fluid invoice processing system if they've given you a purchase order and they can tie it up to that. We'll leave that blank on this occasion. So adding a new item. So this is where our categories now that we've just created come into play. So add a new item. Under category, we've got our Christmas decorating service that we've entered in just a minute ago. Click on Christmas decorating service. We've got our tree decoration, garland installation, garland install. There we are. Okay, so we've got our garland install. We're going to say install on main hallway stairwell. And then we've charged £40 for that. And say there's 2 balustrades you want to put in there. Quantity 2, add and update. Do we want to add chocolates to that? Brilliant. So we've got our garland service, our garland install service here, and then the total amount due. And then we just process it like we would normally process an order. If it's going on invoice, you know how to sort of submit an invoice, and it creates it'll pull in the purchase order number at the bottom of that. There we go. And you've got your
magic touch.
Yeah, you've got your cash card. The card to process button here is a new button that we have for our Strilisea Pay service, and we'll touch on that a little bit later on. Or we can click on account. We're just going to click on card paid for this purpose, and then click on complete payment. And then we can print off our worksheet or send off our receipt or our invoice at the bottom. Okay, so we're just going to click on email receipt, and then you get your workroom order, and you'd put that onto your clip. So click on close there. I'm going to quickly show you the placing the order for the wreath making class. So we click onto our new order, and this is where our category, our main category, doesn't have a subcategory, so it'll go straight to the wreath making class product. Into here, and Christmas wreath making is the category we want to pull into, the occasion you want to pull into here, not our Christmas. We want a Christmas wreath making. This allows you then to report on how many people booked onto your Christmas wreath making classes through your system last year. It also means that when you go to market to those people within the marketing facility in Strilisea, you can pull off by occasion Christmas wreath making, and you can email those people directly to say, we've just launched our wreath making classes for 2023. If you'd like to book on, there's an early bird discount that you can put in, and that you maybe offer them a 10% discount or a group discount if there's 6 or more, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's why it's important to pick on the right occasion. So on here, we're going to click on Christmas wreath making. We're going to pop in here a new customer, and I should put my details in here. Yes, that is actually my surname, Archie Tipple. No jokes, I've heard them all. And then we click on OK.
And what about collecting customers' email address there, though, Archie?
Correct. Yeah, very good. Very good. Well spotted, Matt. I was just making sure Matt was on the ball there. So we put in we've got 2 email fields here. We've got the one for documentation.
And do you find it okay at getting email addresses from people in your shop?
I think what what people expect nowadays, because they're dealing with a phone system, they're almost expecting you to take an email address to send them out an email confirmation. So it's actually not too difficult in our lovely little shop. I'll give you a quick squiz of our shop there. It's not too difficult in our lovely little shop for people to share their addresses, their email addresses, and to be included onto a mailing list for newsletters, discount codes, products that we're introducing, events that we're running, and we run several events throughout the year. So having that marketing list is actually quite handy and adds value to your business as well. So obviously with GDPR, you've got to ask them whether they're happy to be on your mailing list. So on this occasion, I'm happy to be on my own mailing list. So yes, I'll include it there. The two fields here are very different. This top email field here are for documentation specific to the order. The bottom is all to do with your marketing and any publication you're going to send out throughout the year. We obviously click on yes here to say they are happy to go on to our mailing list, and click OK. Under the delivery address, I'm going to send it to my own home, so that's use customer address, and then click OK. All right. Then under our items here, click on items. Within the category, we've got our Christmas wreath making class. And then our product, the workshop, here at £50 a pop. I could be booking 3 or 4 people onto the workshop. I might be bringing friends into the workshop with me. So I'll take a booking for maybe 5 people. And click add an update. Oh, we should bring some wine to a wreath making workshop. That'll make it interesting. And then you can see here that there's £250 owed. Okay, at this stage, you might want to ask the person booking for a deposit, which is perfectly acceptable to hold the date. Or you might know them and you might be quite happy to let that sit as a to pay order. But I'm just going to I'm going to take a deposit payment against this order anyway. So down at the bottom, when we process the order, I'm going to click on complete order. We don't need a delivery fee, so let's go and cancel that. We'll override our delivery fee down the bottom. Click on complete order. And we can put in there, say we're taking a £50 deposit. Okay, so you can punch in your £50 there. Click on card paid. We've got the balance of 200 here to pay, so we'll put that in there, 200. And we can put that down as to pay. All right, so you can see under here, under our payment screen, we've got a £50 deposit taken with a £200 balance to pay. And we'll click on to pay there to confirm it. Click OK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how that receipt manifests itself to the customer. So we click on VAT receipt here. That creates the order and then sends out the receipt to the customer. And this is it here. And they can see immediately that they've got £250 of the order value. There's a part payment of £50 here, the balance to pay of £200. And that keeps you nice and tidy. They can then say to their friends, go and phone the flower shop that we've booked with, or whoever, go and follow yourselves, make your payment of your £50 for your wreath making class, and you can go back into that order and take a further payment of £50 as a part payment with £150 to pay, and then a further deposit of £50. So you can actually kind of chip away at that balance outstanding if everybody's paying their own way, or if one person's going to pay the whole lot in one go and then just collect the money from their friends. Whatever the way they want to do it, Streelity is set up that you can take multiple payments against that order. Or if you're happy for them to pay in the night, it'll show on the night there's still £200 to pay, and then the guilty parties can put their hands up and make that payment there and then. All right. Again, if you have any questions on any of this, pop it into the chat and Matt can have a read of it and let me know, and I can cover it through the webinar. So we're going to close this order here. Close it there. And there we can see that that's our order sitting there, the Christmas wreath working making shop. Okay. Okay, the other thing that you might get over Christmas is subscription orders. Somebody might want to phone up and say, can I order 6 months worth of flowers for my auntie, that sort of thing, but I want to pay for it all now. The system will allow you to do that really easily within the order processing. So we click on new order here. It's going to be a gift, And this window here might be new to some of you, but under here you've got single order or subscription. And when you click on subscription, it allows you to pick multiple dates in the forthcoming however long. Okay, so we're going to say a year, for example. We're going to put into the delivery date here. It allows you, say they want you to go out on the 1st of every month. Okay, so starting in January. So we go forward to January, click on the 1st of January, 1st of February, 1st of March, 1st of April, 1st of May, and then 1st of June. And you can see all the dates are starting to collect here. Okay, and what that's doing is that's actually marking in your future orders this particular bouquet, this particular order. So it's already penciling in your calendar these particular dates. Okay, we're going to click on occasion, and it could be Christmas or thank you or whatever. So we're going to click on Christmas for this, for argument of this thing. It'll show you here, we've got 1st of each month in the next 6 months. Brilliant, that's what you want. So you click OK. And then you process the order as you normally would. So I click on Archie, search. I click on Matt, I'm going to send you some lovely new flowers, some fresh flowers.
Very kind.
You know me. And that'll do. And then click on OK. And we're going to click on our order. So it's say we're going to click a £30 bouquet, all right, once a month. Hako Pack bouquet, £30, florist choice. And then we click add and update. And you'll see here, skip. You'll see here that we've got our £30 bouquet times 6 because we've got our 6 dates picked in our calendar. So a total of £180. Okay, so it's allowing you to take that payment up front. You can overwrite your delivery fee. So if you're doing free delivery on subscriptions that have come in, or if you're doing a one-off delivery or one-off charge for delivery, you can put it in there, say 30 quid over the course of 6 months. Whatever you want to do, okay? Let's put in free delivery there just for, it might just entice people to put in subscription orders. And there's your £180. And then you just process that payment as you would normally an order. I'm going to put it in cash. You put it in cash on here, complete payment. Send off the receipt to the customer as you normally would. And then click on close. I don't know if you heard that. That comes up on your system here. We're going to click into here, our new orders, and you can see there's our repeat orders start to come in.
And that just shows the next 5 orders, doesn't it, for the 5 months moving forward.
All right. So click on, well, normally you click on print for that, but I'm not going to, it'll go to our shop here and the girls will have conniptions. They'll be going, well, we've got 5 orders, what? So I'm going to leave that as a cancel there. And you can see it under the future tab. There's the order sitting there, ready to process off to Matt over the next 6 months. All right. So if you have any questions on that, pop that into the chat there and we can address it for you. Okay. So I'm going to hand over to Matt now. Matt's going to talk to you about the content of emails and how you can tailor the body of an email out to a customer for each order and using hyperlinks and such like. So I'll hand you over to Matt and I'll be back with you in a bit.
Yes, obviously when we are sending out our emails, our receipts, delivery confirmation, things like that, we do want them to look as professional as possible. So if we come into admin settings and shops, we will find all of our information on our shops. And if we scroll down to email messages, we will see the different boxes for the different types of emails that we send through Strelitzia. Let's scroll back up, sorry. You can see at the bottom now we've got delivered message. So this is when we send our delivery confirmation. And then this is just an example of what you might want to include in that email. So we've done hi customer name, which will then auto-populate with the correct information. Your flowers have been delivered to recipient name on delivery date. So it'll fill that information in for you and it'll make that email look really professional when you confirm the delivery. Other things you can do, so we have added a hyperlink here to our review site. So somebody receives the confirmation of the delivery, excellent, then they've got an option to click straight through to your delivery, to your review site, which is always handy. And other things you can do, like what we've done here, is we've added a discount code. Again, so just to try and keep those customers coming back nice and easy, and we'll show you how to add in those discount codes in a moment. But there's 3 or 4 different types of email you can send on Strelitzia, so that's for your delivered. Scroll up. Can you scroll up for me? Ah, here we go, actually. My mouse is a bit... Can you do the scrolling, actually, because it's a bit awkward on your screen for me. So your customer receipt, so that's just your VAT receipt or your general receipt. Again, you can put different types of information on you. The codes for the customer name and the order ID are all at the bottom of this page. So there are different things that you can add in there. Yeah, there they all are. So the different types of codes. So that's the different information you can put in these emails. And again, it will just auto-populate those when it sends the information. Like I said, a good thing that we found in our shop is obviously the discount code, which you can do, which we can set up really easily. And they are in shop settings and discount codes. Then you see you'll get a list of all the codes that are already there. Or you can just click add discount code to add in a new one. This is the one that you could see that we'd already made. If I open that up, you'll see all the information in here. So give it a description. You might call it a Christmas discount or anything like that. Active, we want it to be active. If it's a Christmas one, we can change that to inactive and then make it active again next year. So you don't always have to keep filling them in. Promotion code, again, just for your report, so you can make a note of what those are if you do report on those later on. You can do a promotion start date and a promotion end date. If you don't want that to be a permanent promotion, you can just do it over the Christmas period, for instance. A minimum order value. So if you only want to do that promotion on orders over a certain amount, you can pop that in. You can leave that blank if it's for anything. And there are 2 different types of promotion you can do. So you can do a percentage or you can do a fixed value. Fixed value, if you want to say it's £5 off if you spend £50, for instance, you could do that. Or if it's a percentage, which I'm guessing most people do most of the times, pop your percentage in below. And then again, you can choose a product. So if it's a specific discount for a specific product, you can come into here, choose specific products, and it'll bring up all your products from the categories and products, and you can choose. So if it's only a discount on the Christmas wreaths, for instance, you can select that and it'll apply that discount only when you select that product when taking an order. Click save, it'll save those into the discount list, and they're all there as you move forward, and it will tell you a little count. So each time you use it, this counter will go up, so you can easily see how many times the discount's being used over the period it's available. We'll show you how that discount works in an order in a moment, but a couple of other things in the settings that we want to go through. So delivery charges, I'm guessing most of you will already have delivery charges set up in the background and you'll be happy with those. One thing you can do over Christmas or perhaps on Mother's Day, even when we get to that, is if we had a delivery date, we can do a specific delivery charge for a specific day. So I'm just going to quickly pop in prices. And as we scroll to the bottom, you have delivery options. So you can do standard or you can do date specific. And if you then scroll down the bottom, you can choose what date you want that delivery to be for. So if I select Christmas Eve, then when we select Christmas Eve, when we're putting an order in, it will just apply this delivery charge to that date. Obviously, all of your existing locations that your other delivery charges are all saved in there, so you can easily select those in. If it's somewhere new, you can add your delivery charge in, keep adding them in, and there's the locations that that delivery charge will apply to. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you quickly another order.
Before you get into that, Matt, sorry to interrupt. You've got two different discount types. You've got a percentage or a value. So you can actually discount £5 off if you spend £50 or more, and that sort of thing. Or you can do a percentage of 10% if you spend £50 or more. Obviously, the percentage is going to be a larger discount the more they spend. If you're doing £5 off over £50 or more, it's going to be a flat rate of £5 off the discount. So there's two different types of discount codes in there. Sorry, Matt, on you go.
No, that's fine. So yeah, so quickly show you how to apply those discounts. So again, we're going to fly through this order. We're going to choose our delivery date. I'm going to choose Christmas Eve so you can see that charge come in. Select our customer, just as we always do. One thing that we didn't mention earlier is when you select a customer that is already in the system, you do get this previous order history. So you can see when that customer's ordered and how much they've spent, and you also get a previous order average that shows here. So you know roughly how much that customer spends when they come in. So you can sell up basically. There's no, if this customer you know always spends, or on average spends £53, there's no point in telling them about the £30 bouquet. Tell them about the £60 and the £70 bouquet. So that little bit of information is always useful. And you get a drop-down box for the past delivery addresses. So you don't always have to fill in the delivery from scratch. If it's going somewhere that that customer's delivered to before, we can easily use that drop-down box, pop that information in. And we've got our Christmas Eve delivery charge come in as well, which is handy. We're just going to select any item. £40 in. At that, you're always reminded about your add-ons, so you can always select those. That will always pop up. But on this occasion, I'm just going to skip through. And then right next on our item, we've got our add discount button. So we can click add discount. I'm going to choose our November discount and apply that. And it will show you the discount amount at the bottom, show you the total, so you can now see how much the new total is. And then again, just complete the order as you always do. Put that on account, complete the order, and you can email away as you need. And that order goes into your makeup. So if anyone's got any questions, pop them in the chat. And is there anything that I've missed or forgot to go through there, Archie?
I think we've got. I think if we could just have a quick look at the discount codes again, and just have a look at the percentage versus the value, and how that kind of manifests itself. When I'm doing a discount code in the shop here, what I tend to do is I'll put the value of the discount in the description sometimes. So if I'm putting in, say, for example, £5 off if you spend £50 or more, I'll put in literally 5 off and then Xmas, something like that. Okay, or 5 oof even. Let's go 5 off on Christmas. It kind of gives our florists a visual aid to kind of work out which one they're looking at. Okay, we also have, as you scroll down the promotion type, you've got a fixed value, and we'll put in here £5, and discount range again, all products. Okay, your promotion code, whatever you want it to be, RSFL, which is Riverside Flowers, the name of my shop, 5. And again, the start date and so on and so forth, as Matt was alluding to earlier. So you can pick your date and your end date. So if somebody phones up and orders on the 25th, they won't be able to apply that discount code. Your percentage value here, you can put in 10%, which will give you just an increasing discount the more you spend. And again, all products. You can, if you wish, although most people don't, you can apply that to the delivery charge as well by ticking that box. I would say don't, because your costs don't go down for your deliveries. So why would you discount the delivery? it's cost enough to run a business these days. So I'd maybe leave that unticked. But if you're of the ilk where you want to discount the delivery, then you can apply that to the delivery charge as well. So I think that really, Matt, was all I was going to show the difference there between the two. Has anybody got any questions on anything we've covered today? Anna, you've got a question there.
Yeah. So there's a question from Anna there about that previous history. At the minute, that information, it's just there for information purposes. You can't click on it or anything like that. And that is something we are looking at for the future. But at the minute, it's just there for information.
Yeah, you should. It'd be really handy. I'm with you on that one, Anna. It'd be really handy if we can kind of copy across the previous orders with the description or any delivery instructions. But at the moment, just with the amount of data you'd need to be able to pull up on that, it could be a little bit sort of data hungry. So we're looking at a way to deal with that. Okay, I think I've covered everything for today's webinar. I'm just going through my list. Occasion, product, price range. Okay, I'm just going to look at a product and show you how you can allocate different prices. So within our shop settings and our order products, you're going to have customers who'll just give you a set price. You know, can I spend 40 quid, 50 quid, 60 quid, 70 quid? Okay. Let me just go and pull into Bouquet here. One of the questions we get asked a lot is, can we have multiple prices for the same product? So under Aquapack Bouquet, as we scroll down, we've got our set prices here. So 30, 40, 50, 60. And you can actually label these small, medium, large. That sounds a bit kind of McDonald's-y. Some people will go regular. They might want to go deluxe. Gives it a bit of a nice kind of posh feel. Exquisite. Matt, what's better than exquisite? Look, whatever. All right. All right. Something like that. Okay. Whatever you want to call it. Okay. But it just, again, when it comes to processing the order, you can just click on a button. So if we click on save, go into our order taking. Christmas. We're going to this. I tell you, there's lots of orders going out to Rhododendron Hull. Be surprised for the driver when he realizes it doesn't exist, but hey ho. So add a new item into our category. We're going to click on our bouquets, and it was Aquapack, wasn't it, that I picked on there? There we go, and we've got our 4 sizes with our 4 price brackets, and we just click on that button there, so it immediately carries across the value there. Okay, again, just something to make it slightly easier for you when you're processing your order. Okay, it also kind of automatically fills into the description the size of the order, so it's the exquisite. How did I spell that? Wow. Okay, just ignore my spelling, all right? But you've got your size automatically comes into your description here, and then it's just florist choice, whatever you want after that.
And there's another question coming there about discount codes on websites. So the discount code itself won't be in Strelitzia, but the price should come from the order on the website. So if someone's ordered on the website with a discount, that information should transfer into Strelitzia. But the discount code you would need to input into Strelitzia if you wanted to use it with a regular local Strelitzia order.
If you happen to have a discount code on your website, it's always really handy as well just to mirror that into Strelitzia as well. So that if somebody phones up and says, I'm looking at your website, can I place this order, but I want to spend this much, and that isn't an option on your website, you can still apply that discount code if you have it included in the back end of your Strelitzia system as well. It just means that your customer is not being excluded from the benefit of that discount code. But I think that's it really certainly from me. Matt, do you want to add anything in?
No, that's just about everything. But just to say, if anyone does have any follow-up questions, fire them over. over, and we'll answer them as soon as we can.
Yeah, the email address to get in touch with us is support@strelitziasoftware.com, or you can contact us on 01325 722 398. It is particularly busy at the moment, so if you do leave a voicemail, we will get back to you, promise. Yeah, thank you very much for joining in today. It's been pretty cool. We have another one next week as well. The details of that will go out on email to you guys, so if you want to jump on that as well, we'll see you then. All right, thank you very much. Take care.
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Bye bye.